Today's Morning First Alert Weather Show is brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law.
Well, happy Monday, Mid-Michigan. I'm First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro here with your First Alert Weather Show, and going into today and this first week of March. In fact, hard to believe that it's March already. Well, we are tracking some pretty easygoing weather for today, and then we are tracking some more warmth on the way as well. Today will even be a little bit warmer than yesterday, and especially in the sun. The sun will kind of help to take that chill off. So overall, again, looking at some nice weather today, and then we have more 40s on the way, and then even some 50s on the way here within reach of the extended forecast too. So again, it looks like March is going to be starting off with a stretch of unseasonably warm weather. I know for a lot of you out there kind of ready for winter to be over, this as maybe a welcome sign here in the forecast. Well, let's start off taking a live look actually in Flint Township. There's I-75 at Miller Road. Just take a look at that. Beautiful start to the day. We've had plenty of sun all throughout the morning. The clear skies overnight did allow temperatures to fall down to the single digits for some of us up north this morning, but now nobody's sitting in the single digits. And from here, we'll continue with that sunshine from start to finish for today. Temps will only reach the mid-30s this afternoon, though. So I know mid-30s still maybe not totally what some would call warm, but at least the mid-30s that we're expecting here are still a bit warmer than what we had yesterday. In some cases, almost about 10 degrees warmer as well. But that wind is pretty light out of the south at just 5 to 10 miles per hour. There's a wider look at those high temps too. I do think a few spots like Midland or Elma or Owasso could reach 37 this afternoon. The average high for today is 37. So today is actually pretty much going to be an average day for the beginning of March as far as our temperatures go. And then again, we're only getting warmer from here as we go throughout the remainder of this week. So we have temps into the 40s starting tomorrow, and we should hold on to the mid-40s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you'll definitely notice some of this warmer weather starting to come in here as we go throughout the next couple of days for this week. I'm also pulling up our Facebook live stream too, so just in case you do have a comment or a question on the forecast, feel free to put it in there and I will see it here. Cherry Hetrick, good morning from Gladwin. Yeah, certainly warm weather on the way. I think a lot of us are kind of ready for the warm weather to come in too. But take a look at this. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have more 50s in the forecast. This has been a trend that's been holding on in our long-term data since last week, so now we're coming around to the time that long-term data was forecasting for, and you can definitely see that's still holding true in the forecast. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all should have temps in the range of about 53 to 57. So we'll call that essentially mid-50s as we go towards the end of the week. So definitely warm. Some of those temperatures almost 20 degrees above average for this time of year, but you can pretty much just kind of see that upward trend from here. And it really kind of says something too when the mid-30s today are actually going to be the coldest day of this entire week. Now for the rain chances, one thing you may notice here looking at the 7-day is tomorrow. We have just a mostly cloudy sky. We have a 10% chance for some showers there. If you happen to catch the forecast at any point throughout the weekend or even at the end of last week, you might have noticed how Tuesday was looking to be a pretty wet day. We had rain in the forecast, even a chance of wintry mix as well. Well, at this point here, the wintry mix and the rain chance has pretty much gone away completely. So that system has made a very significant shift to the south. Really leaves us with only a stray shower in the afternoon tomorrow, but that chance is incredibly small, and I'll show you that in the hour by hour in just a moment too. So really, when do we see the next rain? It'd more so be Thursday, at least for the entire TV5 area. There is some possibility that late in the day Wednesday, Flint and Fenton and Perry, some of our southern areas like those, could happen to see a little bit of rain trying to move in right before sundown. But realistically, most of the rain that we're tracking here in the forecast, that's going to be holding off until Thursday, and then also Friday night and Saturday as well. Well, let's take a peek at the hour by hour for that time frame. So let me go ahead and pull up the hour by hour going into tomorrow. And first, there we are today, all that sun in the hour by hour. Some cloud coverage does start to build up as we go into tonight, though, and tomorrow morning. So we do expect that mostly cloudy sky tomorrow. But that's at about 10 in the morning. notice that we're still dry at that time, and then even going towards the afternoon, you see this here, just a few specks suggesting maybe even some wintry mix still. I think we'll be a little bit warmer than that because temps should be able to reach the upper 30s to low 40s, but you see how really minuscule our chance of rain at this point is for tomorrow. So just a couple of specks there on the hour by hour. This is really, again, just a stark difference from what we had previously because it looked like we were going to take pretty much a direct hit from a soaking rain, at least with the way things had looked a couple of days ago. And as we go over into our Wednesday too, you see that conditions still staying pretty dry, a mix of sun and clouds here and there. And even this particular run of the hour by hour, which actually just came in about an hour ago, that's actually keeping any rain away from us on Wednesday. So I still think there may be some room for adjustment with those rain chances for particularly Wednesday and then possibly even into Thursday as well. But for right now, it does look like any sort of major chance of rain is holding off until later this week. Now, something else interesting to talk about here for tonight is the total lunar eclipse. You want to catch this at least if you're able to, and I'll say hopefully the weather ends up cooperating with us as well, because this is going to be, or at least we don't see another total lunar eclipse in our area until June 26th of 2029. So it is going to be a few years. We do have a number of partial eclipses, though, from now to that time as well. But total lunar eclipse, that'll be late tonight. You could essentially say early tomorrow morning. That partial eclipse will be starting at 4:50 in the morning, and then the total eclipse starts at 6:04 in the morning. The total eclipse should last for about an hour, essentially from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. But one thing that we will be tracking is, again, that cloud coverage for tonight. So really hoping that the clouds can stay away just long enough here. So that's something that we'll be watching very closely throughout the rest of the day and as we go into this evening. If we do have a good clear view of the moon, though, we will be tracking that with our live cameras tomorrow morning on TV5 Wake Up as it happens. So again, fingers crossed that the forecast will cooperate for us, but just be warned that there are some clouds in the forecast, though, especially late tonight and going into tomorrow morning. But the eclipse is always cool to see. We have caught a couple of those on our live cameras before, especially during Wake Up, and you can always see that sort of red or that kind of rust-colored moon pretty easily as long as the clouds stay away. So again, hoping that the cloud coverage does cooperate for us here. Now, also with the warm weather we're tracking this week, it's kind of fitting that we have the time change coming up this upcoming weekend as well. We'll go ahead and take a quick break real quick, and then when we come back from the break, we'll talk more about the time change and what to expect in the long term as well. All right, welcome back from the break. So looking ahead later this week, so we're less than a week away now from the time change. So daylight savings time starts this upcoming Saturday night or Sunday morning. So that's where we're going to spring forward 1 hour over the upcoming weekend, and that's going to, of course, alter some of those sunrise and sunset times. Now, we only lose that hour of sleep on Saturday night, at least technically there, but I know for some of us there is a little bit of an adjustment too, just with that sunset starting to get a bit later again. But here's a look at the new sunrise and sunset times for this upcoming Sunday. That'll be March 8th. Our new sunrise will be 8 in the morning, so with the spring forward, of course, that does set the sunrise a little bit later, at least temporarily. But the new sunset this upcoming Sunday, that's going to be 7:33 in the evening. So with clear evenings, that does mean twilight basically takes us up to about 8 o'clock in the evening. You'll definitely notice that this upcoming Sunday too. And we do have just a partly cloudy sky in the forecast. Could even be mostly sunny on Sunday as well, so I think we'll really be able to take full advantage of that later sunset this upcoming Sunday. Just a couple of cool statistics for you as well. Right now we're gaining almost 3 minutes of daylight every single day. Technically it's about 2 minutes and 56 or 2 minutes and 57 seconds. So we're technically just a few seconds shy of 3 minutes, but for all intents and purposes, we can call it gaining 3 minutes of daylight every single day as of right now. So with that sunrise going back to 8 a.m. this upcoming Sunday with the time change, it will take about a month for us to see the sunrise returning to the time that it currently is now. So right now our sunrise is just a little bit after 7. Technically this morning it was 7:10 a.m. The next time we see the sunrise at 7:10 a.m. will be on April 5th. So again, it takes about a month for us to get that earlier sunrise back, just as we keep gaining more daylight every single day. But by that point, so about a month from now on April 5th, the sunset by then will be 8:07 in the evening. So we're really just only, again, gaining more daylight from here as we go over the next month. And this is that time of year too where we really start to see the largest change in daylight every single day. The 3-minute change, that's really about our maximum that we see at any point during the year, or the maximum rate of change. But from here, really, again, it's going to start feeling like, especially after the time change, it'll start feeling like March, and you could kind of say the springtime too. That's really going to be taking off here. Usually always feels pretty quick, especially after the time change. And speaking of spring too, and again, some of these temperatures, we were mentioning this before the break, we do have more 40s and then even more 50s in the forecast coming up. The long-range temperature outlook, even going into next week, this goes all the way up to March 11th, still shows a pretty good chance for above normal temps. So I would say this pretty much easily means temps in the 40s, but possibly still, especially on some sunnier days or when the wind works out, some days where temps are getting into the 50s as well. So again, just looking warmer as we go throughout this week. The better chances of rain will be holding off until later this week, Thursday and then Friday night. And then, of course, we do just have this warm weather as we go throughout the week as well. Seeing Dawn commenting here, too. Good, let's wash away the dirt and snow from my car. Yeah, certainly with the rain chances that we have coming up later this week. And I'll show you that again. Thursday, I think, is going to be really a good day where we just kind of see a lot of the roads being rinsed off by that rainfall. And then also as we start off the weekend. Well, that's all we have for you in your First Alert Weather Show for this morning. Be sure to tune in to First Alert meteorologist Diane Phillips. She'll be right on air on TV5 at noon today with another look at the forecast and another look at our conditions for tonight for that total lunar eclipse. And she'll also have another First Alert Weather Show coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon on all of these same live stream channels. So be sure to tune in. But in the meantime, hope that the rest of your Monday morning is great and really soak in the sunshine as well.